What's up, everybody? This is Seebass from Rockin with Seebass, and tonight we are going to have a very, very special guest. His name is Greg Martin. He is with the all-out country band, southern rock band, blues band, Kentucky Headhunters. They've been around since the 80s, a very long time. It's, they have a lot of good hits, too. They have songs well, they have an Alice Cooper song called Caught in the Dream, and they did a good job with that song. I think that's probably one of my favorites so far, especially when a country band does it. This guy plays a lot of guitar. He has collections of guitars. I hear he talks a lot about guitars. So we're going to wait for him just for a little bit. And in the meantime, let's see who's talking to us. Oh, it's Chandler. What's up, man? It's good to hear from you, as always. On the other side, I will tell you this. I think I said it yesterday. That Arena Rock show will be playing soon at JD Legends. So get your tickets now, or else they're going to sell out. Apparently, they already sold out in Columbus, Ohio, which is pretty impressive. And on the other news, I just got a job at the diehard radio station, and I will be working for the basketball games and the baseball games. It's pretty cool, actually. And I'm going to play this song here. It's one of their hits. Oh, actually, Greg's already here. And I'll put him on here.
This is my first time on this type deal. Anyway,
StreamYard's a very different type of platform.
That's okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit late. When I first hit it, I couldn't get it to go in, so I had to copy the link and then find Safari and all that stuff. I got it. Are we okay? Does it look all right?
Oh, yeah. You actually look really good. I love your background there.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. We got a few things of interest here, a few guitars, CDs, and stuff like that.
Yeah, they say that you are quite the guitar collector. What kind of guitars do you got?
Let's see if I could show you a few.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Can you see those right there?
Yeah, very well, actually.
Let me do this. Okay, right here. That's a 1958 Les Paul.
Nice.
1958 Sunburst with PAFs. That's a 1964 ES335. This is a 1962 ES335. This is a 1964 ES345. 1957 Strat. That's a real one. This right here is what they call a Pearly Gates. That's a copy of Billy Gibbons's guitar. The custom shop only made like 200 of. And then I've got a bunch of guitars, but this is just a reissue of a Telecaster, 53 Telecaster, So that's a few things I've got, As you can see around the room, you see all the CDs and stuff.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, man, it's quite, there's my couple of Marshalls, So there's a few things here, man.
I might have to go to your house. It's like a museum in there.
If you come to the house, you got to help clean it up.
I suppose I can do that. This is what I got in my background, a bunch of CDs and posters.
I'm seeing that. You're like me, man. I've got CDs. There's 3 walls full of shelves, just CDs. And then there's box sets are over here. I don't know if you could see them. There's a bunch of box sets.
A few of them. Yeah, I see that.
Kind of right there, It's a little mess down here right now. But so this is the Seebass show.
Yeah, it's Rockin' with Seebass, and that's what you're doing. You're rocking with them.
And you're in Cleveland?
I'm in Middletown, Ohio, actually.
Oh, Middletown. Yeah, I've been there. It's been a long time, but I have been there. Yeah. How far from Cleveland is it?
Oh, man. I would say about 3 hours, I would say.
Oh, you're a pretty good way. So Middletown, is that now down near Dayton, or where is it?
Yeah, it's like south of Dayton, between Dayton and Cincinnati.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course, I know where you're at. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there many times. Sure.
What places have you been there on in this area?
Oh, gosh. I'm sure I've played fairs. I remember back in the 80s playing with Ronnie McDowell there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've been going up there for years. And I remember it seemed like there was a recording studio in Middletown way back. It seemed like I did a recording session up there. But I mean, that would have been, oh gosh, that would have been back around 1989, 88, something like that, you know, back when I would drive for miles to do a recording session now. So can you send me the file to Glasgow? I'll do it here. You know?
It's one thing we got to appreciate. We can just, do the songs at our house.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got quite a setup there. You're using a microphone and all that, right?
Yep, microphone and everything.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm actually a radio studier. I study radio.
Oh,
in fact, today I just got my job at iHeartRadio. So, like that.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
That's great.
I should actually say congratulations to your guys' latest album that you guys been making.
Well, thank you.
That's a fact, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm kind of curious. What's that song about?
Well, coming out of the pandemic, I'm sure it was Richard's outlook on what was going on around us and what goes on around us. Mm-hmm. Man, it's just a lack of understanding. I don't know, man. Everybody's going to have something a little different that they pick up off of it, but it's just the state of the world, so to speak.
Right.
The lack of love in the world. It's okay to disagree with each other, but can you do it agreeably? Yeah, the element of love not being there. It's just the world. It's been coming for a while, but mm-hmm. Going through the pandemic, there was just a lot of unrest, a lot of confusion, a lot of crazy news, a lot of stuff going on, mm-hmm. and I'm sure it affected Richard in that way. And you're just making a point, so to speak.
Right. Well, yeah, I definitely agree on you on that. I mean, ever since the pandemic has happened, people have been a little against each other and saying that my opinion's better than yours, which is like, calm down, people.
Right. Yeah. I think everybody should believe what they want to believe. It's just that the lack of love or lack of respect for each other, my Hawaii, their highway type syndrome going on, it's mm-hmm. like, it's just nuts. It's just nuts. And it really got crazy around May or June of 2020, man. Yeah. And I got going into the pandemic, man, I started listening to the news, and which was a mistake. I don't even listen to the news now. I should. I know there's a lot going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's a lot going on, but I'm not just burying my head completely. I'm not being an ostrich, but I just I come down here at night, and the other room I've got a TV, and I watch The Rifleman, I watch Gunsmoke, I watch Mannix. I just get my mind off of what's going on today. Because can I really control what's going to happen?
I mean, we can't really control everything.
No, I mean, you can be a part of the mechanism, but
right.
But there's things going on. You can worry yourself to death, but you can't really fix it, on your own. Mm-hmm. You can pray about it and just pray that the Maker that the right things happen, and it's crazy right now. I do know there's some unrest going on right now.
Well, I think the good news is, all the bands are finally getting back together, trying to get the show together to get the tours, and that is a good thing.
Absolutely, that's the good thing. That's the good thing. We, I'll backtrack to 2019 when the world there was some normalcy, I think, at that point, and we worked real hard in 2019. We toured our normal dates, probably 65 or 70 dates. We might hit 75 every now and then, but we got families now. We're older. We like being home more, and everyone has different things they enjoy doing outside the band. Richard works with a group in a management capacity. He has some guys out of Georgia, the Georgia Thunderbolts, and that keeps him busy when he's not doing the headhunter stuff, which that keeps him busy enough. And then Fred loves working on the farm, and he likes going to the practice house at night to play drums. I have a radio show that I do myself. I've been doing for 20 years at this one station, 22 years at another station. And I do outside music projects and live streams and things like that. And of course, Doug writes and does things. So everybody has, everybody's passionate about what they do musically, but they have other things too.
Oh, yeah.
But going back to 2019, we were working. Going into 2020, I think initially we worked about 3 dates, and then we worked our last date that before the pandemic really hit, in like February of 2020 at the Birchmere in Alexandria, Virginia, and we were hearing about the pandemic at that point, and we were hearing about the virus, and we got home. We finished that date. We had a really good show at the Birchmere, and we had like 3 weeks off, and we were going home. About a week into being home, all of a sudden our date started going away. It started getting moved, and lo and behold, I think for 2020 we ended up doing 9 shows, and like 3 or 4 of them were done earlier in the year. And I missed the last show because I ended up getting the virus November of 2020. So, that was so it was a year of I think the positives outweigh the negatives, because I got to spend some time with my family, because I've been on the road nonstop on a bus since 1981, pretty much, working on the road and stuff. And I was able to clean my basement up and start a production studio, kind of what you're doing. I'm sure you got a production studio there that you do your radio stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. I actually got one up in the attic, so.
Yeah. So that's what I'm starting here, because the pandemic made me realize that, well, if we can't leave the house, then do my business in the house, work out of the house, But anyway, we got through last year. Well, I'm sorry, we got through 2020, and like I say, I got COVID in November of 2020, and by the time I got through it, which wasn't a really bad case, but I had to quarantine, and then when I was finished, it was already Thanksgiving. Then we had Christmas coming on. So we basically, originally, what we had planned on doing is getting together and writing, rehearsing, jamming, arranging some tunes that would go on to It's a Fact Jack. But unfortunately, with what was going on, we had to take a break, and we just decided we would get together in January. So we ended up getting together in February of last year, and we started recording in mid-February. It took us about a month and a half to do the album, and we got through it by April. It was pretty much done. There was another label interested in it. When that didn't work out, we went another route with a distribution deal and used our own label, and it was released in October. So It's a Fact Jack is an album that's out there with the song that makes the statement.
And it does make that statement.
Yeah. And it sounds like a train coming off a track. I think it's great.
Yeah, you guys did a great job. That's probably one of my favorite songs off the album.
That's Richard. Richard sings that.
He does a great job on that one.
Yes, he does.
Another one of my favorites, probably Water and Colors.
That's Richard.
In the Rain. That's another Richard. Look at that. I must be a Richard fan.
Well, you are. Well, Richard does a great job on that. Yeah, Richard. Our main singer is Doug. He's got more of the countryer type voice.
Oh yeah.
But Richard does the rock stuff, and we all sing on the album. I'm not really a singer. My singing aspirations went away back in the 70s probably.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a song we wrote as kids called Shotgun Effie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And we just decided we wanted to redo it. And that was the one I sang back then. And we recorded it, and it's out there now. And Fred sang a couple songs on the album.
I
But
was I'm sorry. Well,
uh,
sorry to interrupt you there. I was actually going to ask you what that song was about because that's another one of my favorites.
which one?
Shotgun Effie.
Oh, Shotgun Effie. Well, it's very innocent, but it's very true. It's written about Richard and Fred's grandmother, Effie Young.
Oh, okay.
We wrote that in the summer of 1973, and we got together. I don't know, the end of 73, and recorded it. Made a little 45 as Itchy Brother, and we released a little 45 in early 74. I wished I had one to show you. I don't have one around here, but normally I have one of these laying around. And we did that. Another song called Rock and Roller.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a little independent 45, and it was probably 500 copies, something like that. And it was about Richard and Fred's grandmother, who was I loved her so much, but she was an no BS lady.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't take no crap. And she did ride around. She had this truck, and she I don't know if she had a shotgun actually, but she had a rifle in there. I know she did, or a pistol. But I just always called her Shotgun Effie, and I wrote those lyrics. And like I say, we did this album. I thought, guys, it's been sitting around forever. Let's do this. Why not? Come on.
Yeah, why not?
I sang it in the same key I did back then. They about killed me, but I did it anyway.
Well, you pulled it off well. I need to go
you.
back and listen to the original now.
Oh, it's out there. If you go on YouTube, you look Shotgun Effie, Itchy Brother.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear the original. Somebody's uploaded it from a 45, and of course, the new version's more in the pocket, and we've matured, But if you go back and listen to the first version, it's rock and roll 1973, buddy. That's us doing our rock and roll thing. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Itchy Brother, you guys, broke up and then you reformed and you decided to rename yourself to the Kentucky Headhunters.
Yes, sir.
What caused the name change?
Well, I started playing with Richard and Fred in 1968, and the whole catalyst for us even getting together, there's a lot of craziness. I grew up in Louisville, but in 1966, my dad got fed up with Louisville, and he was a journeyman at a printing company, and he just decided, I'm tired of Louisville. We're moving back to Metcalfe County. That's the Martin family roots are from there, and that's where Richard and Fred are from. And so that fall, I had seen the Lovin' Spoonful in concert, and it really made a big impact on me. And of course, I was starting to play guitar, and so we left. We moved to Metcalfe County outside of Edmonton, and I started to school at. I think I started. We were in the 7th grade down there, and it took a couple of years. But in 1968, I met Richard through my cousin Larry Sullivan. Larry came on the school bus one day and said, we're doing a 4-H talent show. And what we're going to do, we're going to put a little rock band together. And there's a new fella that's going to school here now. He had transferred from North Metcalfe Elementary because his dad needed some credits in teaching. So they moved him up to Edmonton. So Richard followed along with his sister, Mary Jane. And they decided they were going to do the 4-H talent show. And I said, yeah, sure. I hadn't really been playing that long. But one afternoon, I was a freshman in high school. Richard was in the 8th grade. I walked down from the high school to the elementary, and I met Richard at the cafeteria. And we jammed on we jammed on whatever was popular. That we said, okay, let's try Hey Jude, let's try Revolution, let's
All right.
try uh, Sunshine of Your Love, Born to Be Wild. He said, okay, we can pull this off. So with two other guys from the school, we actually had this fictitious band, and we played on this talent show. I don't know how well we did, but we did it. But after it was over, Richard said, "Hey, I've got a band with my brother Fred and my cousin Anthony, and would you like to come jam with us?" And I thought, "Yeah, sure, man." And as soon as I jammed with those guys, I went, "Oh yeah, this is good." They had a family thing. I could tell already.
Mm-hmm.
There was a groove in there, and that band was actually called the Truce.
Oh.
But over the years, we went through different name changes. We were called the Truce. We were called the Aftermath. We were called Mandrake Velvet. Uh, and finally, we ended up around 19 when we did the 45 uh, Shotgun Effie and Rock and Roller. We came up with another name, and that was Itchy Brother, which was named after a cartoon character.
Yeah.
King Leonardo and Friends, which you can go on YouTube and look that up. King Leonardo was the king, and he was an outstanding man. And his brother was Itchy Brother, always trying to overthrow the kingdom with Biggie Rat. And so, we played off and on. When I graduated in '72, my parents decided to move back to Louisville because my dad could never secure a printing job in this area. So I'm back in this area here now, but he never could get a printing job. So from like '67 to '72, he was driving back and forth from Louisville on weekends, and finally he got tired of it. My mother got tired of it, and we moved back up there. So there was a period where I didn't really play full time with Richard and Fred. Um, it was Itchy Brother for years and years. You're asking what changed, why the name changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Itchy Brother, I mean, spiritually, we never broke up. We just had to go do different things and grow a little bit. After I left Itchy Brother in '78, I ended up playing with a kind of a funk horn band on the road through the South. And then I took a job with Ronnie McDowell in '81.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's where I met Doug Phelps the very first day, who's in the Headhunters now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there was still a version of Itchy Brother would pop up now and then and play gigs, and we would still get together. But in 1986, Ronnie was a great boss, and it was a great gig. But kind of missed playing blues rock and whatever the music we played. I missed playing with Richard and Fred. So we decided we would put the band back together with our cousin Anthony. But at the time, Anthony wasn't really interested. And he had a job. And Itchy Brother had came so close to getting a record deal with Swan Song Records back in 1980 and '81. And that didn't work out. And I think that was a hit on the spirit, so to speak. And of course, Anthony, I think at that point he just wanted to work, and
Mm-hmm.
he just got married. So when I suggested bringing Doug Phelps up and jamming with us. We got together at my house in the basement initially, and we jammed, and it felt good. So, but when we decided we could put this thing together, we didn't want to call it Itchy Brother because Anthony wasn't there. We just came up with the Headhunters name. And it was taken from a book by a fellow by the name of Robert Palmer called Deep Blues. And there was a section about Muddy Waters moving from the Delta up to Chicago and meeting other musicians. And, he'd be playing with Little Walter and different people like that. And they would go to clubs, and there'd be another band playing, and they would ask to set in. And they were so good they'd end up getting the gig. They become they were known as the Head Hunters, head chopping, and we're better than you. We're going to get your gig from you and that thing. Well, not that we thought we were better. We just liked the name.
Right.
So we took in '86. We were the Headhunters. Then we signed a record deal in '89. There was another Headhunters out of Washington, and the label suggested that we add Kentucky to the name, and that's how that happened, really. But it was out of respect for Anthony that we didn't call it Itchy Brother, because Itchy Brother, in my mind, there's been different versions of Itchy Brother. Itchy Brother is was a rock band.
Mm-hmm.
There was no country at all. You know, it was like a hillbilly version of the Who meets Montrose and Led Zeppelin. It was just
Nice.
It was a good band, really good. It's a shame we didn't sign a deal back then, but we just weren't ready for some reason, and it just wasn't meant to be yet. So, out of respect for Anthony, we didn't call the group Itchy Brother, even though there was, but they did do some Itchy Brother gigs with different people. You know, while I was out with Ronnie McDowell, they did things, which was cool. I don't blame them a bit, and. You know, and then when Doug came into the band, we just changed the name out of respect, and that's the Kentucky Headhunters, and the rest is history, so to speak.
Well, it works, and you guys have been around for quite a bit. You know, you made like 8 albums, if I'm correct, and
probably more actually, but I don't have the list in front of me. Counting the albums with Johnny Johnson and live album. There's a couple of live albums in the mix. Yeah, there's probably 10, 12 albums, so to speak. You know, I don't know. There's been quite a few albums. I mean, you know, from our little humble beginnings with our little 45 in 1974, I guess by the grace of God, we've done okay, really.
Mm-hmm. One of my other favorite songs you guys did, and I love the music video. This made me laugh really hard, especially I think it was you when you turned your head and you saw the bear and you started running. What made you guys decide to do the song Ballad of Davy Crockett? Yeah, and what was the idea of the music video? Oh, man.
Okay. Well, Fred Young, that was Fred Young's idea about the song. And I don't know. I remember at some point on the road, I think it was in 90, I can't remember exactly where it happened at, but Fred had suggested that we do Davy Crockett, and why not? We did it. I mean, we all grew up with the song Davy Crockett.
Right.
And so we come up with that little rockin' version of it. And why did the video was, it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe that video. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's nuts, isn't it? I mean,
there's a bear walking into the club. Everybody's all natural about it. Like, oh yeah, it's a bear. And then the band just starts running, and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah. You know, I don't even. That was John Lloyd Miller. That was his idea. As you know, the video starts out. You know, this girl, her name was Gwen, I think, and she knocks on the door, and Jakey, he's got the coonskin hat on. He lets her in, and then she walks in, and it's like a surreal. We're all sitting on the big couch. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And then, you know, Ricky says, "Take it away, Deputy Doo." That's what he used to call me. Uncle Willard Johnson was next to me. And so to count the song off, I beat his head 4 times. Bam, 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 bam. And then it just breaks into this psychedelic hysteria video, you know. I don't know what to even describe it, man. Yeah, you got a bear. There was another version of it, a longer version of that video that never happened. There was a longer chase scene with the bear with the music from Hawaii Five-0 playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It never, I guess because of, publishing and song rights and stuff like that never happened. But there was another edit, where all of a sudden we're out there in the field with this bear, and that Hawaii Five-0 kicks in, and we're like, it's crazier. It's crazier than that. It's just an extension it's really an extension of the video before that, which was "Oh Lonesome Me," which was to me kind of a takeoff on "Hard Day's Night" or something like that.
Well,
We had fun with them videos. We used to have fun with those.
I could really tell you guys were having a good time.
We
and
did.
I could kind of look at it like, man, life seems so simpler that you can just put a bear and whatever and make it work.
That bear, yeah, you're right, man. That bear was wild, man.
Well, the fact that the girl kissed the bear at the end, I'm like, well, that's one way to do it.
That's crazy, isn't it? I don't know if you get away with something like that now. I don't even know.
I think the bear would maul you before you even try to grab it.
God, I know, man. And but it worked. It worked. And,
yeah.
I think the girl's name was Gwen. If my son was here, he could tell me exactly because he knew her name, and because every now and then he'll see the video and he'll bring her name up, But yeah, that's a pretty wild video, and us climbing out the window and then going out in the field, and the bear coming into the window. I don't even know what the guy's name was now. And then we also done, we did. Let me think here a minute. We did a video for "Walk Softly" on This Heart of Mine. We did "Dumas Walker."
Yes,
which is a pretty wild little video, party video.
Yeah.
Our videos were fun. Then we did "Oh Lonesome Me."
Yep.
And then we did "Ballad of Davy Crockett." After that, I think we did a video for "Let's Work Together," which was a song that we had in Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. And then we did a video. Then I think after the Phelps boys left, we did a video for Dixie Fried and Honky Tonk Walking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's a few videos out there you can find on us. There's one. Then later on, we did one for Big Boss Man. But videos used to be the thing, back in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, the protocol was this. You would shoot a video. You would put the video out there. You would release a single to radio. And if it was a debut single from an album coming out, it would be out there a couple weeks to a month before the album. So, it's just it was a whole different way of doing things back then. Yeah. Videos, I guess they're still out there, but not like they used to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
They're like little song videos now.
Yeah, they're not big as much as they were.
No, we spent a lot of money back then. There was a big budget for that stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. I think the other song, one music video you really did mention was "Dumas Walker." That's probably another one of my favorites that you mentioned. And I like the fact that you guys are in the club. There's a baby and everything. I'm like, this is a very interesting video. I like it already.
Well, Dumas Walker is about a real fella who had a little record store. Not a record store. What am I talking about? I wished he had a record store.
That'd be something.
Yeah, he had a package store. He sold beer. He sold firecrackers. He sold gas and some groceries down in Moss, Tennessee, right below Tompkinsville. And we would go down there every Halloween to buy firecrackers, M80s, cherry bombs, and bottle rockets, because you couldn't do that in Kentucky. You could go over the Tennessee line and buy that. Of course, later on, as we got older, you could go down there and buy beer too, because we were dry county up here. And so that was Dumas Walker. He had nothing to do with the slaw burgers, fries, or the bottle of ski. It was a combination of two different places. Dumas Walker's place in Moss, Tennessee, and the Greasy Spoon in Greensburg, Kentucky. That's where they served the slaw burgers, fries, and a bottle of ski. So it's about real places, real people. And the video, we were going to shoot it. Dumas Walker's place was too small, and we were going to shoot it at a pool hall in T-ville, but the guy last minute started demanding a bunch of money. So what happened, we ended up taking over a band room at Monroe County High School and donating some money to them. And they just turned that place into it looked like a club or something. But it was just a that was really a band room, you know.
Well, it's one
Fun
way to
video.
do it. I would say, yeah, you're right. Videos are a lot different than what they are today, but that is probably one of my second favorite videos, right next to the Battle of Davy Crockett, just because of the bear.
Oh, you like the bear, man.
I I think the bear thing made it work.
You are right. That's kind of strange. At the end, she kisses the bear.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
one way to do it, I guess.
That's kind of strange. Yeah, yeah. Leave it to the headhunters, you know.
Another song that you guys did, which really stood out to me, I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan,
Oh yeah.
and I saw that you guys did a cover, "Caught in the Dream." So,
Yes. Did
what
that,
kind of made you want to do that?
well, yeah, that's from On Safari back in
Yeah,
2016. Well, that's part of our roots. One of the two albums I love by Alice Cooper while I was in high school was "Love It to Death," which that album that's from that album right there. And when we used to do 18 from that album, and then we also used to do 2 or 3 songs from Killer, "Be My Lover," "Under My Wheels," and maybe one other song off that album. But we used to play some Alice Cooper stuff. That's another Fred Young suggestion. He brought it up, and I've always loved that song. And Alice Cooper, we've met Alice Cooper many years ago, and we've since found out through Blackstone Cherry that he likes the Kentucky Headhunters. So it's kind of cool, you know. I love Alice
nice.
Cooper.
I do too. He's a legend and
He's a good
probably
band,
one of the best live acts I've ever seen.
and he's a great guy.
Oh
Matter of
yeah.
fact, I've got tickets for Alice Cooper. I was supposed to see him 3 weeks ago
Oh
in
wow.
Louisville, and he had to cancel because of bad weather. So I'm crossing my fingers that I'm not on the road when he does reschedule. You know, we'll see. I love Alice Cooper.
Oh yeah, I've seen him twice. One when he opened for the Crew, and then second time just him with Ace Frehley.
Yeah, you know the cool thing is, and I do a radio show
Yes.
at WDNS FM in Bowling Green, Kentucky, called the Lowdown Hoedown every Monday night from 7 to 10 Central Standard Time, and in South Central Kentucky, it's 93.3 FM. It streams live on WDNSFM.com or D93Rocks.com. But the cool thing is, Alice Cooper also has a syndicated show on the station. So after my show, does Cooper pop on? Actually, he's not on Monday nights, but he's on during the week on that station. So it's really cool to be kind of, working at the same station. He does it. Then Steve Gorman does a rock show from the Black Crowes. He does his thing. But yeah, Cooper, just a great guy, man. Just
Oh
a
yeah.
great human being and great radio personality. Have you heard his show?
I don't think I have.
It's syndicated.
I know Sammy Hagar's show. I do listen to that on occasions.
Has he got a radio show?
Yeah, it's the birthday bash thing. He does like every weekend on 92.5 The Fox here.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that's one show I know of. I know Alice does have a show. I don't think I've ever tuned into
Oh,
it.
he's
I
really
like to
good,
though.
man. He's got his sense of humor is so dry. It's really cool. Really good, man.
So kind of going a little way back here, you're a great guitar player. I really enjoy your stuff.
Thank you.
What made you want to play guitar?
Well, it was just what I was supposed to do in life. I mean, if you want to really get down to it, I know it's a simple answer, but I was around music. My dad played guitar. My older brother Gary played guitar. My uncle Wade was a guitar player, a songwriter. He was a honky tonk singer. He played all around Louisville and Kentucky doing the honky tonk stuff. And, music was just always around me. Records, radio, guitars. But, when I saw the first big influences being my family, then seeing the Beatles in 1964 on the Ed Sullivan Show. I mean, I actually witnessed it. was a big eye-opening experience. And seeing the Lovin' Spoonful in 1966 at Memorial Auditorium, I don't know, Sebastian. It was probably, I tell you, there was a one. I was playing guitar, but my cousin took me to see a band in Louisville, Kentucky. They were a local band in Louisville. They were called Elysian Field. They had a record deal with a bigger label, but they never really broke out. But they were a three-piece rock band. And I was living in Metcalfe County, but I went back to Louisville for my older brother's wedding. And my cousin took me to see this band one night. And all I can tell you, as soon as they started playing, I had this overwhelming feeling that this is what I was going to do. Play guitar. Music was going to be it. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, I met Richard.
Oh, wow.
And then I met Fred. It was just fate. It's just what I was supposed to do in life. It was a calling. And I feel like everybody in our band had the same calling in music. Richard and Fred were meant to do it. I was meant to do it, and Doug Phelps was meant to do it. We've had other good members in the band. Ricky Phelps was in for a while. We've had Mark Orr and Anthony Kenny, our cousin. But we're back to where the band started right now. And I guess it's the way it'll end. We'll just keep doing it till we can't do it.
Yeah, keep going. It's the way I see it.
Yeah. But guitar is just a way of life. I get up in the morning thinking about something, thinking about a song, and I'll come down here and try to figure it out or whatever, it's just what I was supposed to do in life.
Well, and with you being such a good guitar player, what is the most challenging song you've ever played?
I've been trying to learn. I know this is crazy because it doesn't really fit anything we do. The song that I would love to really get my head around is written by Jimmy Webb, called MacArthur Park. You ever heard it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's a crazy song.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's a crazy song, but it starts out pretty normal, but it goes through all these crazy little changes. It's like about 3 songs in one. That's one I've been working on for a long time. I hope one of these days I can finally get it. There's some other things by Chet Atkins and Merle Travis that they're hard, but now the Headhunter stuff, it just feels natural. We don't go off into anything we can't really feel, so there's nothing. I don't feel like there's anything hard we do because we try to keep it simple, because I think that's what people, I'm not saying people don't enjoy hearing Yes, Not Fragile by Yes or whatever, or whatever, the group Yes, you can get into some really, really wild time changes with that stuff. But yeah, there's a few things I'd like to, that I've tried, like MacArthur Park and Classical Gas and stuff like that. That I would like to get a better handle on. They're a little bit out of my regular thing.
Well, again, I think you're a fantastic guitar player. I would love to see you guys live. In fact, I'd love to see one of your solos live.
Oh, you need to see us, man. You need to come see us live. The Headhunters is a really good band live, and I'm not bragging. It's just the truth. We've been together. Me and Richard and Fred have played together since '68. There's a telepathy there. There's a bond. It's just a natural bond. And Doug's been with us since 1986. He was gone for maybe like 3 years, but we've been together a long time. So it's kind of like the Stones. Not putting us in the same category, but it's got that same thing. Like if you don't have to think about it. Fred will do something, and you'll automatically just follow Fred, or Fred will follow what we're doing, and it's a really good jam band. We don't get to jam very much live because you only have so much time and so much time to get all the songs in.
Right.
But it's a good band. It's a good band. Very blessed to be in this band.
So do you guys have any plans to come to Ohio?
Or
somewhere near Ohio?
We were in Jewett, Ohio. You know where Jewett is?
Oh, not really. Somewhere north, I would say.
No. that I think it's over in. I may be wrong. You check me on this. We played there about a month ago, and gosh, it was so cold at night, and icy and snowy. Um, it was. I think it's over on the southeast side. You know, you check me on that. But we will be in Ohio. We always play Ohio every year. You could check uh, KentuckyHeadhunters.com
Hmm.
or KentuckyHeadhunters.net, or you could check our Facebook page out, and there's schedules up there. You know, yeah, and dates are just now coming in. They're starting to come in. Uh,
Starting to notice that actually.
yeah. They're starting to come in, and we just, another cool thing that happened back in December. We did the Grand Ole Opry for the first time,
Oh wow.
and that's going to be premiering. Well, our segment's going to be on Circle Network, I believe, Circle Channel or whatever they call it. I think that's going to happen in April, I believe.
Oh, April, sometime in my birthday. All
All
right.
right, it's your birthday present, man.
I'll take
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But yeah, man, we'll be out touring this year. I mean, we've already done a couple of dates this year, and then starting on March 11th, we're back out again. We'll start working. We'll work the rest of the year and promoting the album and doing what we love. That's what
Mhm.
we do.
And speaking of the new album, where can we go buy the album?
Well, the album is available as CD. It's not available as vinyl yet. Hopefully, it will be sometime. But it's on all the digital formats, the digital platforms. You can go to Amazon. You can go to wherever you buy your music. Here in South Central Kentucky, I mean, the mom and pop, the really cool little independent store in Bowling Green has it, But anybody can get it because it's got great distribution, and it can be gotten.
Well,
It,
that's
you can even check it out on YouTube, see if you
oh
like it
yeah.
or not first. It's out there. Yeah. That's
Uh,
a fact, Jack.
oh yes,
12,
it's a big fact.
12 songs, man. 12 good songs. I think it's a pretty solid album for a
Well,
bunch of guys that's been around the block a little bit.
well, I mean, I already got all 12 songs on my computer, so I can listen
Uh,
to them.
oh, thank you, man.
But
Thank you.
I'm a CD guy. I need CDs. That's how I
I
am.
do too, Sebastian. I do too. I gotta have them, man. Yeah, I mean, I showed you my room, kind of. I've got to have CDs.
Oh yeah. I need to get another shelf. Maybe I can borrow some from you.
I got a guy that builds mine for me. I could turn you on to him for sure.
I might take that as an offer.
Yeah, he's down here. You're really not that far from me, I don't think. You're probably how far from Cincinnati are you?
That's like 30 minutes away.
Oh, you're probably about 4.5, 5 hours from me.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
How far are you from Bowling Green, Kentucky?
Bowling Green, Kentucky. Maybe about 4 hours. I would say 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, you're
That's my guess.
about 4.5 hours from me, probably. Yeah, we're not that far. I'm in Cincinnati every now and then. There's a music store up there, Mike's Guitar Shop, and it's really great old guitar store. Mike Reeder runs it, and I'm up there every now and then. But Cincinnati's a great town, and like I said, I've been to Middletown, too.
Yeah, there's actually one place in Cincinnati. I think you guys should totally perform there. You probably have. Bogarts.
Oh yeah, we have. I know we've been there. We've been there at least twice. Yeah, sure.
That's one place you guys need to go. That way I can go in there.
Well, Mike's guitar shop is right next door to Bogarts.
Yes, it is.
It's right next door.
Is.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's right next door. Bogarts, yeah, we played there. God, I don't know the last time we played there. It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, I called that place the Whiskey of Go-Go of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
You got some great record stores in Cincinnati too, man.
Yeah.
Got some great record stores.
I need to go shopping there more.
Yeah. I've made little trips up to Cincinnati to those record stores. I mean, we had a really great record store in Louisville, Ear Ecstasy Records, and it was there for a long time. It finally shut down, but I've made trips to Cincy, and boy, I know there's at least 3 or 4 really really nice independent record stores with great vinyl and CDs. I mean, I still buy a lot of CDs myself, you know. And I've got 3 stereos hooked up in this basement. I've got a Pioneer
Nice.
1250 hooked up in this room. The next room, I've got a Pioneer 1050. And out in the garage, I've got a Kenwood set up out there. So I got music all over the place.
Well, I got wrestling figures and music all over the place. That's what I got.
That's cool, man. That's cool. And we're all passionate about something, you know?
Oh yeah.
And, you know, music is what I do. And there again, you know, it's been a blessing to play with Richard and Fred since 1968, and bringing Doug into the fold in 1986. And still, you know, here we are in 2022, and we're out working another album, and we're still having fun doing it, you know? Still having fun.
That's one way to look at it.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man. It's been a huge honor.
Man, it's been a blast talking to you. When
Oh yeah.
John told me the Seebass show, I like that. I thought that was cool.
It's a little nickname my mom came up with, and I just used
Did
it.
she? That's so cool, man, that your mother did that. And you're doing this on iHeart now, is that right? Or are you doing something?
Well, this podcast is actually separate from iHeart.
Okay.
I actually just got the job today, so.
What are you gonna be doing on iHeart?
So I will be board hopping for sports, basketball, and baseball.
Good for you, man.
It's gonna
You
be
like
crazy.
it? That'd be cool. Now you're gonna be able to edit some of this stuff. I hope I didn't say something I wasn't supposed to. Or
You're fine. Everything was pretty appropriate, and I'm cool with it. Anything.
Okay. I did, you know. But listen, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it so much. And we're easy to find on the internet. You know, check our schedule out at KentuckyHeadhunters.com. Radio show is at D93, which you can catch it on Monday night from 7 to 10. D93rocks.com or WDNS.com. WDNSFM.com. Sorry, gotta get that FM in there.
Gotta get that.
And yeah, we're having fun, man.
To all the people that heard that, that will hear that, tune in.
Yeah. All right, but you have a great day, okay?
You too, sir. Take care and keep on rocking, man.
You too, man. God bless.
You too. Goodbye.
All right, man. Now, just hit leave.
I'll actually remove you, and then you can exit out.
Okay. All right. You got it, buddy. All right. We'll see you. All right.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Martin, one of the Kentucky Headhunters, and truly one of a kind. I want you all to take care and keep on rocking.